Hey y'all, this is Stephanie from Large Family Diabetic Cooking. Well, today we're going to be recording. I finally was able to get all the stuff that I needed from the grocery stores, from Sam's Club and from Walmart. And why does it always look like I'm looking down? I don't know. This is a new computer, so I don't know. I'm just hoping that everything works and I can get it to do what I want it to do. So today we are going to be making Paula Deen's. Hold on, I have my thing. So Paula Deen's perfect pie crust, and it's made with butter and shortening. And I need ice cold water. So if you hear the water running in the background, that's what it is. And I need to go get myself 1 cup of ice water, and then we're going to get started with the rest. Okay. Now, I'm going to read the recipe off to you, but I'm also going to put it in the description down below. It says 2½ cups of all-purpose flour, 3 tablespoons of sugar, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and then you're going to sift that all together. And then you're going to use cold butter, 12 tablespoons of cold butter cut into pieces, and then you're going to use 1/4 cup of shortening. And then what you're going to do is you're going to mix that in your hands till it looks almost like cornmeal with the butter, with the flour and everything. And then you're going to add 1/4 cup to, this is one recipe, but I'm doubling it because I'm going to be making chicken pot pie. So I need the crust for that. So we're going to be doing, I'm going to do this type of a crust for it and make it buttery, flaky, and yummy. This recipe, the one recipe, which is 1/4 cup to 1/2 cup of water for one recipe, makes 2 pie crusts. So, and this is the same pie crust I'm going to be using when I make my mini, my little mini apple pie, or not apple pies, pumpkin pies for Thanksgiving. So let's get started. Now, I'm doubling the recipe, and I changed my sugar because if you remember the, in fact, let me go grab one. Go, Mama.
Good. Go play.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, the stuff that was in the bottom of that brown basket was clean clothes, so those are going to have to be rewashed. That's all. There wasn't a lot in there anyway,
They
so.
didn't rewash anyways.
Okay.
Because when I took them out of the dryer, they smelled good.
Oh, did they? Okay. Well, that's probably because of the condensation, because sometimes if you leave the dryer door closed, it'll do that. It can make your clothes smell. All right, now with the swerve, I got brown sugar too. This is regular granulated 0-calorie sweetener. It says 0 sugar calories, plant-based, keto-friendly, measures 1:1 like sugar. Now on here, there's a conversion chart. This is the Sugar Splenda blend. In here, there is no sugars and no included sugars added. No sugars and no sugars included added. But at the bottom it does have erythritol, 6 grams. So, and that is, that's not sugar. That is sugars for diabetics to use. Now, with the Splenda sugar blend, this has 4 grams of sugar plus 4 grams of added sugar. Let me see. And which is a total of 8% of sugar. So, and I'm going from, and I was noticing that I still had to keep an eye on my sugar. I mean, you're a diabetic, you're always going to have to keep an eye on your sugar. But I was noticing that with that kind of sugar, I had to keep an eye on my sugar a lot more than I normally would. So I decided to switch to Swerve. And the fact that it is plant-based is even better. And the fact that it is not man-made like Splenda is. So this is $6 and some change at Walmart. And this was $7 and some change. So, and then same thing with the brown sugar blend. It has 4 grams of regular sugar on top of added sugars. And this has none of it. So we're going to move on and we're going to get started, and we're going to have some good food that's not going to send our sugar through the roof. So let's get started. All right, I'm doubling this recipe, so I'm going to need 5 cups of flour. I hate when my mouth gets dry. It drives me crazy. It's like cotton. Okay. Put my tablespoons over here so that way if you need them, they're easy access. All right, 5 cups of flour. Oh, I need a sifter. I almost forgot. I was recording on this. This is my Samsung tablet, but I was able to save up and get. My son says I need a. I was just talking about it just a few minutes ago. A MacBook. So that's my next goal, is to save up for a MacBook. I have a camera that has a microphone on it. And I gotta figure out how to work it. My daughter's good with cameras, so I'm gonna have her help me with that, because if she walks me through it, I'll remember it. Okay, that's 5 cups of flour. Nope, I don't want that in there. Alright, we'll set that there. Okay, now we need, and when you cook, you get flour everywhere. Alright, so 3 tablespoons of sugar. And since this is 1-on-1, I can use actually 3 tablespoons of sugar. And I don't have to use a conversion chart. Now, with the Splenda, you had to use a conversion chart. And it said that it was 1-on-1. Like equal. And it was not. Because if it was equal, you wouldn't have to use a conversion chart. So we're going to do 3, 1. We got to do 6 because we're doubling the recipe. I got to make some more ranch because we're getting low on it. I made some ranch. One more. I think it was yesterday or I gotta make some. I'll probably have to make some tomorrow. I've been noticing that since I've been using and making fresh ranch dressing. Sorry, I was drawing a blank for a second. And I've been it goes faster than the bottled kind that I was buying. It took us longer to go through it, but now that I'm using, okay, so I'm doing a double recipe, so I need a full teaspoon of salt. Where's my teaspoon? Right here. All right, so that it just takes less time to go go through the bottle that I was getting from like Sam's Club and Walmart, and making the homemade. I'm going through it faster. Every 2 days I'm making. This is a family that loves their ranch dressing. But at least this way I'm controlling the ingredients. The one thing I want to do is I want to make homemade mayonnaise so that way I can control the ingredients in that also. I have all the stuff that I need to make homemade mayonnaise, and that's one of the things that we're going to do together. I just have to get all the stuff together. Okay, now, all right, that's for that sugar right there. Put that there. All right, now we need our butter, and it is a stick and a half. So a stick and a half. That's 3 sticks of butter. If you were doing 1, it would be 12 tablespoons of butter. But I'm doubling the recipe, so I need to do this, and I need to do shortening. Next one. So we're going to get this done. Now Paula Deen used her hands to do this, so I'm going to do it the same way that she did it, because I need to make sure that I get it to look like cornmeal. Okay, last one. And then after we get this together, we're going to put this in the refrigerator. I don't have any saran wrap, so I'll have to use foil. She said to use cold butter, so this butter is cold. It's not real cold, but it's cold. And then it says 1/4 of a cup of shortening, so 1/4 of a cup is a 1/2 a cup. There's 1/4 cup. And then here's my shortening. I don't have a lot left in it, but my hands are greasy. Hold on, let me grab a towel. Let me wash them real quick. Okay, now we're going to get you guys aren't being able to see everything, so let me do this. There you go. Now you can see. All right, now we're going to do our 1/4 cup of shortening, or 2/4. One. Alright. I was going to use the pastry cutter, but Paula Deen used her hands. My hands are clean, so alright, let's get this. Alright. Get that in there. And she wants it, like she said, to make sure you get it to the consistency of cornmeal. So we're going to use our hands and get it to the consistency of cornmeal. That can go there. And then we're going to add our water. So and you'll be able to get it to that because your hands are warm, so that'll help, you know, get it to the way you want it. So we're going to mix all this up, and said about the consistency of cornmeal. So we're almost there. Because you see, there's still some flour in there, but some of it is almost the consistency of cornmeal to look like cornmeal. And then we're going to add our cold water. And then once it forms a ball, I will put it in. I'll have to put it in foil because I don't have any. I don't think I do. I'll have to check my pantry. Because the saran wrap that I was using before, I was constantly fighting with it. And I think I just got rid of it. There's just some things that you cannot buy cheap, and that is saran wrap, because it will rip on you, it will tear on you, and it'll just end up becoming more of a headache than helping you when you're in the kitchen and you're trying to get things done. Now, the reason why I am doing this, my daughter has a friend who is having knee surgery. So, and I am preparing some meals for her and her roommate, so that way she doesn't have to worry about meals. So, a few of the things that I'm going to do is I'm going to do my chicken pot pie, which is what this is for. I'm also going to do my chicken enchiladas, but I forgot to pull out the tortilla shells for that. So I'm going to make that tomorrow. I'm also going to do my Swedish meatball casserole. Then I'm going to make some sheet pan pancakes. Now, the Swedish meatball casserole, there is a recipe for it. I have made it before. But for those of you that are new to this channel, I'm going to show how I do it. Also, I'm going to be making the meatballs smaller, because the last time I made the meatballs way too big. Way too big. So I'm going to make the meatballs smaller and get them in the oven. Alright, and there you go. See, that is the consistency. Let me move this out of the way so that way you can see. Let me get you closer. Seriously. And this is the consistency that you see. Absolutely no flour. And it's yellow. And it looks just like cornmeal. And it is absolutely beautiful. But I've made Paula Deen's pie crust before, and it's amazing. It is so good. It is so good. Alright, so now we're going to add a little bit of water at a time. Once it forms a ball, you're done. Do not add any more water. So we're going to do a little bit at a time. We're almost there. I'm going to have to add a little bit more water. I may have to add the rest of this. I don't know. I might not have to. I don't know. Because I have, it calls for a half a cup of for one calls for a half a cup because I doubled this recipe. So for one recipe, it's a half a cup of cold water. So I might not need any more flour or water. But you don't want it to crumble. You want it to form a ball, and this is still crumbling. And it shouldn't be. So I'm going to have to add the rest of the water that's in here, and then we should be good. So it came to, it was a full 1 cup of water. Okay, and that's what's left. Alright, so let's get this all in here and mix through. Yes, ma'am. 1 cup of water. That's exactly what I needed. And we just need it to form a ball. So alright, now what I'm going to do is this is going to go in the refrigerator for half an hour. But the next video I'm going to show you how to do is I'm going to show you how to do Paula Deen's every time. Brain fart every time. Her sweet potato casserole. So I make it every Thanksgiving. I tried to not make it one Thanksgiving, and I was told to go home, make it, and bring it back. Needless to say, it didn't get made that Thanksgiving, but it got made the next Thanksgiving because I was told not to come without it. So, let me get all this stuff in the sink so I can get it cleaned up, get this in a container, and get this in the sink, and then we're going to move on to the next recipe. Alrighty. Okay. Let me see. Get it to fit. No, I'm going to need a big one. Get it to fit in there. There we go. Put the lid on this, put it in the fridge for a half hour. And then this is Paula Deen's pie crust. This is going to make 4 crusts. So I'm going to clean up, get this in the refrigerator, and then I will be back to show you how to do the next recipe. So, this is Stephanie Harriet with a Large Family Diabetic Cooking, and I appreciate each and every one of you, and thank you all for sticking around. I'm just glad that I was able to get all the stuff that I needed, because I've been having issues with getting certain things to to be able to record because I had a specific recipe in mind to teach you all, and just wasn't working out. So, all right, now I will see you all in a little bit. Later.